I want to create a part in the context of this assembly. So far I just have one part, and I'm going to create a small part that goes on top of these slots right here. To do this, from the assembly menu, below insert components, I'm going to select the drop down menu, and I'm going to tell to insert a new part. SOLIDWORKS will add a part to the feature tree. I'll click anywhere in white space to accept it, and it gives its default name. So I'm going to do the slow double click and rename this. I'm going to call it hold down. Accept the new name. This part will also currently be fixed. I can always right click on it and float it at any point in time and move it around. So I'm going to edit this part in the context of the assembly. I'm going to right click on the part and choose edit part. Everything else goes blank. I'm going to reselect one of these top faces. And I'm going to tell SOLIDWORKS I want to create a feature. And extrude it boss from there. It's going to take me to sketch mode. I'll look normal too. Because I pre-selected this face, that's where my geometry will be locked in that plane. I'm going to create a simple rectangle. And I'll add some dimensions. I'm working in inch, but I've accidentally allowed the metric template to come up. Not a problem. I want this to be 3/8 wide, so I'll just add IN afterwards. It will temporarily convert it to metric, and I'll fix it later. I'm going to fully define this part with one more dimension. So I'm fully defined. I'll rotate a bit so I can see which way the extrusion is going to go. Why is it all black and fully defined? Because I left the external references on, meaning I've locked it to this corner of the part. This line is collinear with this edge, and this line is collinear with this edge. So I'm going to exit the sketch, go into my extrusion, and I'll make it 1/8 of an inch high. Accept that. So I have my part, and change my part units to inch. So now if I double click on it, I have an inch part that I've created in the context of the assembly. I'll stop editing the part, and there I have a part fixed. If I wish to float it, I can right click and float the part. So let's create one more, this time showing what happens if we turn off the external references. So I'm going to insert another part. I'm going to tell it insert new part. Click in white space to accept the insert of a blank part. If I open this part up, we can see all it has is the planes. It's just a blank part. So I'll go back to my assembly. I'll insert it on this face as well. So I'll select the face, edit my part. This time I'll shut off the external references so none will be created, and SOLIDWORKS will warn me that I've done that. So on this face, again, I'm going to create a feature. Okay. So here's the warning. I'll just say OK. I'll look normal too. And again, I'll just create a rectangle. I can still work from the geometry here. But when I create my rectangle this time, you'll notice everything's blue. Right? The external references aren't there. I could add the collinear to this edge if I wish, and continue from there. But now I'll have to fully define it relative to the origin as I would any part. So I'll cancel this part. And that's how we create a top-down assembly or part in the context of an assembly.